sending troops to major cities, major blue cities that is, such as Chicago, Baltimore, etc. If you're just tuning in, hit that like button on the way in so that way it can help out with the algorithm moving forward. Also, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that way you can be notified every time I drop a video. Without further ado, let's go.
Have you decided you're definitely going to send National Guard troops to Chicago?
I didn't say when, but the answer is, look, Chicago's very interesting because I watched Pritzker get up and say about, we don't need help, we're safe. But 2 weeks ago, they had 6 people murdered, and they had 24 people hit by bullets. Last week, as you know, it was 7 people, 24 people hit, and 7 people died. And then over the last 2 days, that was the crown jewel. They had, I guess, 9 or 10 killed, and 50 hit with bullets. And you have this governor get up, who's a terrible governor. Probably he and Gavin Newsom would be probably the 2 worst and most naive. They're naive. Either they're naive or they're very untruthful. And he'll say, we don't want any protection. We don't need. So in the last 3 weeks, he's lost almost 20 people killed. There's no place in the world, including you can go to Afghanistan, you can go to places that you would think of. They don't even come close to this. Chicago is a hellhole right now.
Hole, if you ask me. But anyway, continue.
Baltimore is a hellhole right now. Parts of Los Angeles are terrible. If we didn't put out the fires, and I mean the other fires, the bullet fires, they didn't do a good job with, they should have had the water coming down, like I said. You know, we had to release the water. We had to go in and release the water to L.A. It's so badly run. But if I didn't send the National Guard into Los Angeles, I would be making an announcement today. I'd be talking about Huntsville, and I'd simultaneously be saying, by the way, the Olympics is not coming to Los Angeles. If we didn't do that, and even the sheriff, the top law enforcement person in Los Angeles said, we could not have handled it without them. So that's what he said.
You made your mind up on Chicago, though?
Well, we're going in. I didn't say when. We're going in. When you lose, look, I have an obligation. This isn't a political thing. I have an obligation. When we lose, when 20 people are killed over the last 2.5 weeks, and 75 are shot with bullets. So let me tell you a little story about a place called D.C., District of Columbia, right here where we are. It's now a safe zone. We have no crime. It's in such great shape. You can go and actually walk with your children, your wife, your husband. You can walk right down the middle of the street. You're not going to be shot, Peter. You're safe. Everyone likes you anyway. They probably wouldn't do it.
But no, on the real though, he's telling the truth. Why? Because I saw something on the ground. Some black dude, I don't know if he's a rapper or whatnot have it, but I saw him on the gram, and DJ Academics reposted the video of him walking around in D.C. at night with his chain on, and he pretty much had so much to say, so pretty much thanking Donald Trump that he could walk the streets safe without getting his chain snatched and stuff like that. But he's not wrong. And if anything, Donald Trump is doing the work. He's doing the work, man. Continue.
But it's so dangerous. And there are people in this audience that you've suffered greatly. There are people in this audience that have been mugged and hurt badly, and they don't want to talk about it. Maybe you were very brave in talking about it. You made quite an impression on a lot of people. I appreciate it. But there were other people in this room that have been hurt very badly just walking down the street in D.C. Washington, D.C. is a safe zone right now. It's a safe city. The restaurants are open. They're booming. You can't get a restaurant. New restaurants are announcing that they're going to be open. This took place in 12 days. Now it's 15 days, but 3 days ago it became what's known as a safe zone. It's a safe city. And this city was really bad, really, really bad. We took 1,600 people out, hardcore criminals that will not be coming back anytime soon. And we're very proud of it. To have our nation's capital lose every week. You know, it was like years, many years, where every single week somebody was killed for many, many, many consecutive weeks. This went on for years.
Outrageous, man. Continue.
And then we had last week, it was announced that nobody was killed last week. And I made that announcement in front of a very distinguished leader of a country. And I'm saying proudly, ladies and gentlemen, nobody was killed in Washington, D.C. this week. He looked at me like, what's that all about? I say, yeah, we have a little bit of a crime problem, and we don't have a crime problem in Washington anymore. And the mayor has been very helpful, and the police commission has been very helpful, and it's been a great team. And I would love to have Governor Pritzker call me. I'd gain respect for him and say, we do have a problem, and we'd love you to send in the troops, because you know what? The people, they have to be protected. I saw...
And you know, he's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. We all know that. Let's go.
Today on one of your networks, not a friendly network, except really the opposite, I would say, very unfriendly network. And they interviewed about 12 people on this morning. Most of them were African American, who were black. And they were saying, please, please, please let the president send in. These were people from Chicago. Please, we need help. We need help. We can't walk outside. We're petrified. If the governor of Illinois would call me up, I would love to do it. Now, we're going to do it anyway. We have the right to do it because I have an obligation to protect this country. And that includes Baltimore. I saw where Governor Moore was...
And you know what? That's also the governor's obligation too, is to protect the people. As I said in my last video, the governor, the mayor, Brandon Johnson, they don't give a damn about y'all. They don't. And for the record, I don't even want to hear none of this crap about, oh, Donald Trump is a racist, this and that. He hates black people. He don't care about black people. I don't want to hear none of that, man. If anything, I'm going to just throw this out there. If anything, Joe Biden is a racist. And I'm going to tell you why he's a racist. During the campaign run, when he faced off with Donald Trump, it was like 6 years ago, maybe 6 years ago or 7 years ago. Y'all could correct me on that. When they had this campaign election going on, right? I can recall Joe Biden once said to y'all black folks, in y'all face, and I quote, if you don't vote Democrat, you ain't black. I'm going to say it again. If you don't vote Democrat, you ain't black. Now, I know the video is still surfaced on YouTube. You can go ahead and find that out for yourself. I don't even have to put it out there. You know what I'm saying? You can find it. If anything, that's racist right there. Donald Trump would never say no BS like that. So he does care for black people. He cares about everybody. He does. Even if you're not a legal citizen in this country, but if you're going to come in this country the right way. Just like everybody else had to. It took them years for them to get their citizenships. And the undocumented migrants, they did it the other way by cutting in front of, you know, the people that gotten their citizenships. And it took them all the long process and over them to get to this, to get in this country legally. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not fair to them. So I don't consider Donald Trump a racist at all, period. So I don't even want to hear that crap. Other than that, man, salute to Donald Trump. He's doing the work. Continue, man.
Asking me to take a walk down the street of Baltimore. Well, Baltimore is a very unsafe place. It's rated number 4 in the city, one of the most unsafe places anywhere in the world. But, you know, we took care. This was a beautiful thing that happened in Washington because we showed that it could be done. And this wasn't just sending big, strong guys, and they are big and they are strong. You know, we had a great decision from the Supreme Court that had to do with sort of talent. It had to do with you are put down based on merit. You can hire based on merit. So merit for a soldier or for a policeman is strong, physically fit, something, you know, having a certain ability, not a person that is woke and got the job through woke, but wasn't strong enough to lift a gun out of the holster, et cetera, et cetera. No, I looked at the...
Let me pause right there. The only way you could go broke is by you going woke. If anything, Donald Trump came up with that bar. Low key, is he a rapper just like I am? Oh, yeah, continue though.
Police, as you know, last week I went over, we had a meeting with, there had to be 300 people, and they were all very impressive looking. And when the bad guys see them, they're not going to do a thing. And so I'm very proud of Washington. It serves as a template, and we're going to do it elsewhere. But Chicago is certainly going to be high. I would love to have him call. I would love the governor of Illinois. I'd be honored to take his call. All he has to do is say, sir, we need help. It's out of control. And everyone knows it is. He's not kidding anyone.
Yeah, but he's not going to do that. But however, Governor Pritzker and Mayor Johnson, they just want y'all, the federal government, to send them $800 million. $800 million to solve their budget deficit in their state. Which is they mismanaged the money anyway to begin with. I mean, we could sit here and blame Mayor Johnson and Governor Pritzker for it, but y'all voters that have voted Democrat are really to blame for it. That's why it's very important to do y'all due diligence on these politicians that you put in position to lead your states and your local areas, man. I'm dead ass. Come on, man. Continue.
I would love to have, I would say, Governor Moore call, because I watched him over the weekend trying to explain that Baltimore, what they need is housing. No, they don't need housing. They need to get rid of the criminals. These are hardcore criminals. You know, we took many people off the streets of Washington, D.C. They're hardcore. They're not going to be good. In 10 years, in 20 years, in 2 years, they're going to be criminals. They were born to be criminals, frankly. They were born to be criminals, and they're tough and mean, and they'll cut your throat, and they won't even think about it the next day. They won't even remember that they did it. And we're not going to have those people. Washington, D.C. is now a safe zone. It's a safe place. And you can walk, Katie, you can walk right down the street with, by the way, one of the biggest human beings I've ever seen, which is her husband. He was a football player for like 11 years in the NFL. He's a big person. But big doesn't mean anything when they have guns.
We're going to end this right here. If y'all want to go ahead and watch the full thing, y'all can find that out. I mean, y'all can look that up on Fox News channel. But in the meantime, if you got something out of this video, hit that like button. Also comment, share, subscribe, leave your thoughts in the comments. Let me hear what you got to say. And I'm going to keep y'all updated on what's really going on, man. And by the way, Trump, hurry up, send them people. I don't know when you're going to do it, but we'll be waiting on it. You know what I'm saying? It's time for Chicago to get their minds right, for real. We need our state to be safe. We need that. But anyway, it's your boy Illz Keeps It Real TV signing out. Peace.